Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back to Guilty Treasure Dungeons and Dragons. I can't see the chat, so I don't know if anybody's there, but I sure hope you are. Today, we are going to do a little bit better of an intro and reintroduce everybody's characters briefly. Let's start with Namaya. Just a brief, who you are.
Yes, Namaya is our not very barbaric barbarian.
All right. So, Oberon, you would be next.
Yes, I am. I play the half-paddling Oberon Birchwood. And yeah, that's we're giving the short rundown of our characters, right?
Yes, short, please.
The important detail is you're wearing a very pretty dress right now.
Oh yeah,
That is
I'm
true.
wearing a very pretty spread dress, and I am, currently wielding my carpet beater.
Right.
Which you'll end up getting beat with.
Yeah.
Laurel, I can't understand you guys at all. This is a disaster.
Well, let's see. Oh, my intro. I was thinking about how to fix it.
Oh, yes, sorry. Just your character's name and
I'm
race and
Laurel,
class.
the elfie druid who is totally smart and, if you ask him any question, he'll probably know the answer to it, yeah. Don't laugh.
Well,
You're giving away the joke.
fair, I think, unless you did.
I can't understand the other players at all. I have to get off this Bluetooth, which means y'all are probably going to have an echo, and there's just nothing I can do about that, because
Just pause 1 minute
the
here.
alternative is I can't understand anybody, and then neither can the stream.
Nobody make any good jokes for the next 30 seconds. Why would you lie to me?
Oh my god.
Arkham's Tome of Thousand Troubles.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, you guys are just on my speaker volume, and there's just nothing I can do about that, so
Oh, well.
many apologies if there's an echo. I can't do anything about it right now.
Well, you sound all right now.
Yeah, I'm not hearing any feedback or anything.
Well, that's good. Alright, so,
So is Laurel a bear? We have to know.
Yes.
yes, Laurel's a bear.
I think this is
Excellent. I love Beryl.
I don't know what to do. I don't have anything.
He's a big gay man.
Rude. He's a small gay man. No. He's a small, whatever comes his way, man.
That's fair.
Well, I'm next in our little
Yes.
character introduction choo-choo train. I'm playing Sally, the fantastic fire sorceress, who is not a bear and is
lame.
technically wearing almost some sort of dress, but that's about it.
Alright. Dawn.
And that leaves me. I play Dawn, who is a white-haired wolf lady who you can also call Mommy.
Oh,
Very nice. Now, would anybody like to recount the adventure thus far for our stream audience?
Oh.
I assume Sally's got her hand up.
I think Sally would like to.
I actually have both hands up.
Oh.
It's a double good.
Don't shoot!
Teacher.
Oh my god,
Ooh.
pick me. So what happened was we are in the land of Raven Perch, which is just Halloweeny AF, constantly rainy, real chilly, lots of autumn tones everywhere. It's really great. We're establishing a new guild hall up in a little place called Sleepy Vale. But unfortunately, when we went to go join our friends at the new house that's supposed to act as it, found out it was haunted. And we've been exploring it ever since and came to realize that many of our other guild friends have been, like, kidnapped and or trapped in just like secret compartments and basements?
Yes,
like
they
our
are
friends Riley was?
lost. The rest of your franchise office is lost somewhere in this mansion.
Which is really frustrating since, this is why we traveled all the way here. And so now it is, I feel like a game of hide and seek. Except some of the people that we are seeking are not actually who they are, who they say they are.
Yes,
So that's being very tricky right now. We've run into several mimics and
a doppelganger.
A doppelganger. So it's making it very hard to play this game. It's kind of unfair because it's like a game of hide and seek where you think you found them and then like, no, whoops, that is not who we thought it was.
I think
it's like hide and stab.
Hide and stab.
Let's not forget you found possessed characters as well.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
Yes. And last time we did rescue one of our companions, the little dark elf that is the one of the subjects of Pastel's adorable new art.
Yay!
Oh, so cute.
My favorite
It's
boy.
very cute. Could someone post a link to it in the chat, because I don't
For sure.
I don't have it open because my computer sucks. But after saving him with a trusty bear snout, tracking him down, we continue to explore the mansion. Do we remember where we left off?
Ooh, let me look at that map.
Yes, there's a map.
Let me take a look at that map.
Yeah, let's map it up real quick.
Oh, geez.
I
I like to say I remember, but I don't.
Oh, no.
I will show the stream the map that I have.
Hmm.
I have the map.
Oh, I found the map. I
Yes, the
scrolled
map.
up.
Yeah, I scrolled up
In
and
the
found
endless
the map,
hallway?
too.
As you labeled it?
Nah, we ain't going to no endless hallway. Don't be silly.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
you went to the kitchen, second to last.
Yeah.
Found a long, dark hallway and decided to check that out.
Oh, snap.
The room
Oh, it's a
labeled
different
Haunted Clock. Not too much of a spoiler, because it was very obviously haunted. It was running backwards. And when Sally approached, certain members of the party were able to see that a shadowy clawed hand, massive in size, was reaching down from the shadows above as if to snatch her right off the ground. And that is where we ended.
Oh no, I'm about to get wallmastered. No!
So,
Bye, Sally.
what would any of you like to do? I believe Dawn was the only one apart from Sally who did not notice this incoming threat.
Oh, thanks for calling me out.
I'm
What
sorry,
the-
it's just the way the dice fell.
Bad dice. I think Namaya's going to chuck her spear at this hand and see if she can do something bad to it.
All right, make a ranged attack.
For the record, you're chucking at like the wall and not like me, right?
Well, it's up above her. I assume, yeah, she's not like
It is above Sally reaching
she's
down.
going to throw it up, not
Can't-
across. But
Can't
Yeah.
get grabbed by a shadow monster if you're already dead.
Yeah. Life hacks.
Literally. We will hack your life down.
I get down to 0.
I mean, I don't recommend it, but it
Nope,
is
that
Dungeons
wasn't
Dragons.
bad. 22.
22. All right.
Hey, you have plus 5?
Does
on that?
anything or not is another question, but
Let me have a read real quick.
You really made the plaster look
You know what?
ruined.
The spear sticks into the hand, which makes a sound, which is strange because it doesn't have a mouth. Rather like a horrid sort of inhuman pained noise, drawing everyone's attention up. And your spear is stuck in a skeletal, shadowy hand.
Is it like a big hand?
It
Or
is
like
a
tiny-
big. It is a big hand. In fact, Sally, when you look up, you can roll an Arcana check.
I would love to roll an Arcana. It's my favorite thing.
Thank
Not at
you.
all just
Those are your
delaying,
favorite
sorry.
things to roll.
There we go. Yeah, I wasn't at all just delaying to find out what my was. I rolled a natural one.
Whoa.
And in my defense, I am very startled. So
Sally, you attempt to get your magnifying glass out to get a closer look, and you rip your skirt off in the process. So you have in your hand a magnifying glass and the torn remains of your skirt.
Nice.
Oh no!
but I do have the magnifying glass.
You do have
That's
the
the important
magnifying glass.
I can use it to help me find my skirt because I don't know where it went.
All
Wow,
right.
is your skirt that small? Does you need a magnifying glass?
Yours is Oberon.
Yeah, we're not talking about me right now.
Oh, shoot. I went the wrong way in my search. Laurel and Oberon, what would you like to do? You also saw this this take place.
How high up is it?
It is probably about 15 feet off the ground right now. It has stopped since it got stabbed. Yeah.
I mean, I could try and stab it again. I mean, I got my javelin I could throw at it.
I'll hold Brother up really high and be like, so we'll stab it.
Actually, there's something I forgot.
Yeah.
My apologies. Roll damage, Nemaya, please.
Oh, sure. Yep.
Yes.
Seven.
7. All right.
Okay.
When your spear deals 7 damage to this hand, it evaporates
Oh boy.
into shadow stuff.
Take that hand.
Yes. Sorry, need to read the thing a little closer. Sorry?
What's up?
Not hearing anybody, if anyone's speaking.
Oh, people are speaking.
Oh boy, that's fun.
Uh-oh.
No.
Try again.
Hello? Oh no, maybe disconnected.
I am hearing people now, but they're very quiet.
Oh, well, now we can hear
We can
you.
be louder.
Yes, please.
Oh,
Whee!
we're real good at being loud, don't you worry.
Alright, everything seems back to normal. So,
Yay.
the threat is gone. Dawn, you're also of a magical persuasion. You may also roll an Arcana check.
Yes.
So, went away? It's gone now?
It is gone,
minus
yes.
Is
What
the
about
hand-
my spear?
Your spear... Oh, that's interesting. Sally, make a dex save.
Okay, I love dex saving almost as much as Arcana.
It's my second favorite.
Wow.
It's my second favorite thing, and it's definitely not going to be also a natural one.
No.
Hey, it was a
It was a
two.
That was a 2. Nice.
That's
You're-
like calling your shots.
Your spear falls point down, straight down Sally's back, and just shears her outfit right at the back.
This mansion is haunted and mean.
Sally...
Hey,
Obi, be a gentleman and give
Hey,
Sally your dress.
Sally, I got some advice. There's a wardrobe. It just down the the game room. I think was where is that. Just open it up. It'll take care of you. That's my advice to you right there.
All
I
right.
do not want to split the party, but that sounds very tempting. Sally, to run off to do.
Now,
Just we'll wait for you. We'll wait for you. Just go.
Dawn, with your roll, you recognize that was a spell effect. It was some sort of variant on the spell Bigby's Hand.
Oh.
Big
Yes.
B. I don't know who this guy is, but he's jerk.
Big.
Bigby's Hand.
I prefer a little bee.
It's not normally skeletal, clawed, and shadowy, but it's kind of unmistakable. The effect was definitely one of those.
It's a wizard then. Don will convey this to the rest of the party, letting them know that we are dealing, most likely, with a wizard of some sort.
No. Well, wait. Actually, that's maybe not that big a deal. If we can find him, we can beat him up. Amaya's strong. Her spear's really good.
Don will also go
Sharp, too.
with Sally to make sure she's okay.
Ah, thank you for the warmth, Dawn. It's so cold in here. It's like melt around Dawn's like floofy tail.
Oh.
Although I guess you're wearing that cold ass clanky armor.
I'm always warm.
That's true.
Oh, what a
And
sweetheart.
and for the right reasons, not like Oberon, whose butt is always warm.
Wait, no.
I'd say that's the right reason.
Well, it depends on your perspective.
The room is silent apart from your witty banter and the tick of the clock before you.
Is it still ticking backwards?
Yes, it is. When you look over there, you can see that it is turning from a 12 backwards, from 12 o'clock. And instead of an 11 that it should be heading towards, it is moving towards a 13.
What?
Yes.
What happens if I just stick my finger over there and just help the hand turn it?
If you want to push the hand the right way,
I just want to just put it in the way so I can't keep going backwards,
all right.
Because, my golly,
Oh, nothing.
clearly if a wizard is working this hard to try and attack this clock, I'm going to mess with it.
Just to show I can.
I'm also blaming that wizard for the current lack of clothing. Although I guess I could say I have like a stylish reverse vest now.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm going to say if anybody asks.
So one arm holding the pretty useless outfit to your chest, and the other one just reaches up to mess with the clock hands.
Yeah.
All right. Which way are you
Wanna go
trying
first?
to move them?
I'm going to go full Silent Hill 2 here. What if I try just turning them forward to be like, no, clocks are supposed to go this?
The mechanism strains against your finger, but is not able to stop you from this.
No.
But as soon as you let go, well, where do you let go? At what time do you let it go?
Did you say it ended at 13?
It was at the 12 position, moving backwards toward a 13. That was where the 11 should be.
What was after the 13, where the 10 should be?
10. It becomes a normal clock again.
Oh, weird. I don't know, I'll put it at 6, the spookiest number.
Interesting. All right. So as you push the minute hand past the 12, the 13 becomes an 11 again.
Ah,
And
I
then
think
when
I
you
fixed it.
force it all the way to 6, a small door like a cuckoo clock opens on the front, but instead of a bird, you are treated to the image of a clockwork sun rising.
Ooh.
You hear a sound like something hitting the inside where the tick-tock pendulum resides.
Like something dropping?
Like something fell in that little chamber where the pendulum swings back and forth.
Ooh, 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 we should see what's inside.
All right. It has a little
You
cabinet.
got a prize.
Little cabinet door. You just twist it and open it, and inside you see a large old key.
Oh my gosh. Did I just solve a puzzle by saying, Joe Clock, you're supposed to go the other way? Because it sure seems like I did.
Oh,
That's why that's the prize bell. I won.
Prize bell. Ding, ding, ding.
You gotta think outside the clock there.
sorry about that.
Somebody left all the phones in the room.
Here, could you throw these outside?
Yeah.
Make sure that doesn't happen again.
Throw him out the door.
Yes, very professional setup we got going here. So, Sally, the key you have is large. It's heavy. You know, it's not unliftable, but for a key, it's dense. The head is filigree metal, and it is shaped as though it has bat wings on either side.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Did we run into any locks? At any...
Oh my god.
You have not found any locks, no.
Okay, I'm gonna make a note as a bat shaped key. She totally got being
Nobody's listening.
It's for the Batmobile.
That's because you were messing with time.
That's like
Yeah.
the one thing you're not supposed to mess with.
I
as a-
know.
Don't tell anybody. Well, to be fair, the clock was already missing time. Like,
Yeah.
to it being like, I'm spinning backwards. I'm a clock. So really, I was just fixing it.
You were fixing time.
Yeah.
You were
well,
anti-messing with time.
Yeah. So really, I'm the. Are there any locks in this?
Make a... You know, there's nothing threatening you. You have ample time to look around, and you see that there is another door that you did not see before.
Oh,
It is on the same wall as the one you entered through. It is a little further north of that door.
interesting. Can we
Let's go look at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a secret door we didn't notice. Definitely not just a door that we didn't notice. Let's try opening
So
it.
good at noticing.
It opens.
Nice.
That wasn't what the key for.
Maybe the key is the key to our friend. Or maybe it's our house key. Maybe it's a spare.
It's the get out of the haunted house.
You know what? We'll just have to figure it out. Sally will be making notes to try this at many times. But, yeah, what's in the room?
Let me have a look. Give you that nice sounds right there.
Oh, but
Yeah. Oh, nice.
That's what I like to hear. I usually don't like to hear what the result is, so.
Here we go. You see that there's stairs in the middle in this room leading downward. It is otherwise fairly unremarkable. There are shelves lined with decrepit old bags, like sacks, and other things that might have held food at one point. You hear footsteps.
Okay.
Um,
Are
is
they
there
like
anything to
clomp,
hide
clomp,
behind?
clomp?
There is some old barrels and crates. So you can hide behind that. As a bear, you're going to have a slightly hard time, but...
Little tries.
You could pretend to be a stuffed bear like what we saw back there.
Yeah, he sets Relder down and then goes like "Arr," with one hand, like a little above the other, mouth open.
Nice.
Sally will just like pose next to the bear, looking like
Okay.
totally like a. She's gonna do her best barbarian impression because Namaya has inspired her. Like barbarians don't wear a lot of clothes; it'll be perfect.
All right. The air here is clear but damp and has a scent of mold or
Blech.
dank. Yes. And the stairs lead downward into darkness.
And those footsteps we heard, are they coming towards us?
They are on the floor above you.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
who cares? I mean, I do a little bit, but
Oh, we are trying to get to an attic for one of the people, right?
yeah.
You are.
Was one in the basement too? Was that one of the things that was mentioned?
Well, Riley was trapped in the basement,
Maybe
but
Riley
in
was
the
trapped in
study.
a secret area. Laurel, you also see that there are vines intruding into this part of the house, and there are pumpkins growing on them,
whoa!
just in a corner,
Cool.
just
Do you like these?
forcing their way through the wood.
Good. Can I tell if they're anything that is dangerous just via knowledge of being a druid?
Sure. I
Not
would.
a knowledge of
I would.
plants.
I guess that would be a nature check, but I feel like it's more a. Well, you're trying to determine the nature of the plant. Give me a nature check.
Nature, why not?
Yes.
Not at all, because that's my hair. Why would you think that? 11.
11. Even with an 11, you know that it's unusual for pumpkins to grow like this. The vines, they normally aren't so intrusive. It's weird enough that you're kind of like quirking your head like, huh? But other than that, they seem ordinary to you. They're just a little invasive.
He's gonna go up and give one a poke.
You poke a pumpkin.
Give that
Does it
pumpkin
do
a poke.
anything?
It does not.
Oh, I'll take a pumpkin then.
You twist a pumpkin off its vine and add one. Well, you've got Riley in one arm and a pumpkin in another.
Yeah. It's in case
Riley
Riley
can
gets
hold a
hungry
pumpkin.
later.
It's like your arms are officially full.
Yeah.
Listen, if someone needs
Applause.
carrying, you can hold them back.
All right. So, what would the rest of the party like to do? The footstep sound by now has long faded.
I wasn't scared of no footsteps. I didn't even try to hide.
Well, now that the coast is clear, perhaps we should proceed down that staircase.
Okay.
All right.
We've got other friends missing, and one of
Are
them
you
is,
still naked?
I mean, naked-ish, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I would like to think of it as artful tatters of clothing that reveal pretty much everything.
Oh yeah, let me know when it's been an hour since I've been a murder.
Oh, you're not in any danger of being unbared. It's been maybe
Alright.
maybe half
Only
an hour.
Sally is in danger of that.
No, I'm just gonna like refasten what's left of my outfit to like fancy scarf that kind of just covers
It's
the
just a
front
toga.
bit.
Just the front though, so it's like an overlarge bib.
I mean, you work with what you got, okay?
It's true, you do.
So she's
Ralther.
in a spot.
Ralther will offer you a cloak.
Oh, Riley, that's so much nicer. Perfect. I forgot until I was looking at my notes, but I am wearing a witch's hat, so
Oh,
it'll go
yeah.
perfect.
Ralther took this long to do so because he was doing his best not to look at you and blushing very deeply.
Aw.
Aw.
What a sweet and gallant boy. I'm taking all of his clothes that will fit me. And by all of his clothes, I mean just robe. And now I look like a hot mom witch lady
Right.
walking around my witch house.
All right. This large cellar, you're going down the stairs. You see that this large cellar has a dirt floor. 2 ascending flights of stone steps enclosed by wooden railings stand across from one another. Tracks in the earth lead from one staircase to the other, and the trail goes from both staircases. Sorry, I
Get some
misunderstood.
glasses, Grandma.
One staircase goes up into the floor. The one you're coming down, obviously doesn't do that. It does come from the floor, but there's an entrance that you've entered from. There
we have
are
more.
crates and barrels, much like the ones you saw in the previous room, but many more
Can I look in there?
in the
Yeah,
room.
So let me pop open a barrel.
Oh, okay. Well, there's several scattered around. 3 of which are in a corner, like 2 of which are against a wall, and there's crates and stuff.
I'll take one in a corner.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop it open. I'll set my pumpkin down to do so.
So when you approach, you are greeted by...
Don't say me that.
You reach a bear claw over to grab one of the barrels, and
I hope it's full of salmon.
a hand reaches up with
like-
a dagger.
Okay, if there was a surprise, like if there's a squeaky, startled noise that a bear could make, it's the closest approximation. He's like,
And this hand tries to stab down at your
I'll
bear claw.
swipe it.
Alright, let me roll an attack roll.
Snap at it wildly.
What is your armor class when you're a bear?
I'm a bird. Let me see.
Doesn't matter. So you easily swipe this hand, or swipe the hand away, and you knock the dagger out because that was a really bad roll. And then a red-headed tiefling pops his head up and shouts at you, "Hey! That was my knife!"
Curry.
Yes, you recognize this as your guild physician, Dr. Curry.
Hey, perfect. He can look at Riley and make sure he's okay.
Laura will
Yeah,
set
we
Riley
do
on the
need a
barrel and be
babysitter.
like,
Sally definitely didn't just suggest that so she could watch him play doctor.
When he sees Riley, he squints, and then he feels on his person and pulls out a wand.
Oh.
And he points it at you guys. And he says, "I'm not being tricked again. Who are you actually?" Okay, the bear is
Put
just
that
a bear.
away.
No!
Curry, put it away before I have to spank you. And she makes...
Firebolt spell whizzes past your head.
Good thing he's not a great shot.
It's not.
And she lifts up her shadow sword, and then after a second, it changes to a hairbrush instead.
Uh-oh.
And
Curry's
then
gonna
kind of
get it.
brandishes that Curry. Like, do you believe me now? You recognize this, young man?
I recognize all of you. That's the point. You
No.
fakes.
You
This.
gobble-dangers.
This.
I think you should spank him just so that he can recognize. I mean, like, the proof is in the pudding,
Clearly he doesn't remember.
and
The
you gotta
last
eat the
time
pudding in order to get the
Gonna
proof.
happen.
For the stream who's not as familiar with this character, Curry is a small tiefling, mostly human-colored skin, which is a rarity for tieflings, I know. 2 black horns under fiery red hair.
He's a jerk.
Well, no. And
Fire.
he is a physician for the guild, and we will
Okay.
see the quality of physician should it come up in the game.
More like a fake physician.
That's why he thinks you guys are liars.
We're not even instruments.
So what would you guys like to do?
What would be a good way to convince Curry? I mean, I, for one, am totally down for Operation Let Don spank him till he believes us.
But
Well,
how
you
do
know
we
what's
know that
convincing?
he's real, though?
I mean, if he's not, we could spank the truth out of him.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, it seems like as good a plan as any.
I don't like this plan!
I mean, that sounds like something Dr. Curry would say. Do we know if Dr. Curry is a good doctor?
Your experience with him as your physician has not been positive, let's say.
On a scale of house to Zoidberg, where does he fall?
Zoidberg. He seems familiar with anatomy that is not human.
So it's Zoidberg, yeah.
Just call me out like that. Jeez.
Well then, Dr. Curry, our good friend Oberon here, was attacked by a mimic, and Lord knows what happened to our buddy Riley. Maybe you should give them a checkup.
I'm not getting checked up by him. Are you crazy? I'm not hurt, by the way. I just had a mishap with my clothes,
Hey.
same as you.
Yeah, Oberon would never wear that. He shoots another
I know
firebolt at you. Last chance! I know really high-level spells like Fireball, Wall of Fire, Fire Blast.
don't.
Blasty fire.
Fire, fire, blasty blast.
Sally is intensely jealous.
Yeah, that's right.
Can we just tackle him and be like, Curry, knock it off. We're your friend.
You can try. This is Dungeons and Dragons. You can do anything.
Amaya, fetch.
Yeah. Now, Maya,
Why do I have to deal with a crazy tiefling?
I mean, I'll help you.
I'll help too, but you're the strong one.
Laurel figures he could win him over the same way he won over Ralther, which is to give him a big hug.
All right.
He's a bear.
Make a grapple check to see if you can hug him, which is
He's very wily.
your strength and proficiency, contested by his, which is not great.
Why am I looking at this table? I'm a bear. Okay. Strength.
Roll them both.
Your proficiency would be 2, so just add that with your bear strength.
No, Mom.
Watch Curry come in here with that nat 20.
No.
Okay, that is more than enough to to set Riley down and your pumpkin and pin Dr. Curry, his arms to his sides, and lift him off the ground, and he is kicking and flailing.
Wrap one arm around him and pet his hair the other. Like, oh, it's so good. Just calm down.
So, realizing that he is... he's going to attempt a quick escape. Still
Little
bad.
bear claws just scratching. Well,
Yeah.
a little bit. It's fine.
He squirms and writhes and...
He gives him a kiss on the head, but he doesn't have lips, so it's just like a touch.
He looks to approaching Namaya, and he says, "I am willing to discuss terms."
Well, Namaya's like, look, we've got a bear, all right? If we wanted to kill you, we can just have the bear eat. It's fine.
Don't! I am a tiefling. If you eat me, you're gonna die.
The bear's killing
That's not a thing, sweetie.
Yes, it is. Shh.
No, it's not, sweetie.
Don't listen to her. She's crazy. She doesn't know magic.
Laurel's like licking the side of his face like a dog. Like, oh, it's good.
Each affectionate gesture while he's pinned and helpless is indeed helping build trust, because he's like, well, I mean, I'm already got. So
You already got got.
If I were going to be murdered by a ghost, it probably wouldn't hug me first. Or it would just
He
keep hugging
says,
me until I die.
all right, here we go. Zone of truth. And his arms are pinned so he can't point with his hands, so his little teefy tail comes out and points at the party. And he says, "Are you guys real?"
I mean,
Yes.
Laurel will nod.
You're real.
I think so.
Do we have to make a roll?
No,
But he-
no, you
but
do not.
He's real.
He's lying!
You're not. I don't think you actually cast Zone of Truth here.
He, God damn, this dice! I'm throwing this dice away. It sucks. He was
No, it's
bluffing.
just Dr. Curry that does.
He was attempting to bluff you into thinking he cast Zone of Truth. He says, "So it is you, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
What took you so long?
Big house!
It's
I
a
have-
big house.
I
And
have-
there are so many shenanigans.
I have been in here fighting the undead and, generally, establishing that I'm the boss around here. And,
Pretty sure you've just been hiding the whole time.
nuh-uh,
Laurel's really
Yeah.
impressed. He's like, wow.
How does
He sets it
strategic
down.
be done? Come on.
you see Ralther testing one of the barrels to find that it's mostly empty. This is one of the barrels with a tap on it.
Oh.
Ooh, a boozy barrel.
Mostly empty?
Mostly empty. One of 3.
What about the others?
They're relatively good still.
Alright.
They are well sealed, so they are one of the few things that are preserved. You think that,
It's spooky turn.
given the dust marks or the not dust marks, but the tracks in the dirt, you think he might have dragged the 3 remaining good ones to the corner to construct his hiding spot.
And
Ah,
to get
very clever.
Well, he needs a drink.
So this is command post.
Sorry?
So, it's command post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Where he does all his tough guy fighting.
Mr. Curry, what happened?
I don't know!
Okay, what's the last thing you remember before you were trapped in a haunted house?
Last I remember, the hypochondriac was complaining about a wound, quote unquote, and I was about to tell him to just wait for his regeneration to stitch it up, and then, I don't know, the house just went nuts, and I ran because I was chasing someone, not running for my life. And then I fell in here.
Okay.
And,
You didn't, touch any, wicked relics, or,
I didn't. I don't touch
Disturbing,
wicked relics. You touch wicked relics.
yeah, I do.
He looks at you dumbfounded for a second. Then it's like, oh, I get that. I understood that.
What about any blood seals? Were there any evil blood seals? I feel like that's a thing.
I mean,
Not a thing.
not that I didn't make.
Oberon, are evil blood seals? You're a paladin. You know that stuff.
I mean, I can, what is it? I can sense things. I got divine sense, but I don't know if I can zero it in like that. But yeah.
Okay. Well, we're still looking for everybody. We talked to a really nice magical lady who also took some of our money, who told us where a few of our friends were, including you. She said you were hiding behind some barrels, and then there you were.
Well, obviously she's lying because I wasn't hiding.
But you were behind barrels, and that's the important thing. So
I was.
Pulls out her little lip.
I was interrogating them for information.
Ah, yes, very, very smart. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. He doesn't have anything else to say.
You conquered the entire base. That's fun.
Yeah, this room here is clear. I've cleared it out. I'm holding strong here. This is our new base for now.
Fair thumbs up. He totally believes you.
He thumbs up right back at you. He's like, I like this bear. Who is this? I like this bear. Where did we get a pet bear?
It's Laurel.
No, it's not. It's a bear.
No.
It's a bear with a flower
Druids,
crown on.
honey, know how to wild shape.
I knew that. I was seeing if you knew. All right, what's the plan then?
Well, I think we're just gonna keep looking around, see if we can find our friends.
Okay,
Yeah.
you all form a search party, and I'll stay here to guard our new base. One of you,
That's a good idea.
one of you should stay with me though.
Why don't
Hugs
we
drop
have
their
Riley
potentially,
stay
no.
with you?
You guys, I mean, this is a pretty good base. Although you could go hang out with everybody at the party room.
There's a party?
Yeah, up in the ballroom. There's a bunch of really nice, kind of dumb spirits hanging out in there. You could go just talk to them.
Yeah, just don't eat the food.
I mean, maybe you could eat it. It's like
Don't eat the food. What kind of party is that?
I know, right? You like a spooky monster. You like that stuff.
I'm staying here. There's drinks here, and it's our base. Very defensible. There's only one entrance, and then stupid stairs that go nowhere.
Oh, stairs that go nowhere. What?
Yeah, they just go up to this floor like nothing.
Am I telling him to reach the ceiling?
No, you can climb the stairs and get to it, but you're not quite tall enough to.
Stairs that don't
Reach the
go
ceiling.
anywhere sound like stairs that just need a new door punched through it.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to break our new base.
It's okay. It's not
Alrighty.
breaking. It's remodeled.
We've already broken a lot of things in this house, so yeah.
Don't break things in my house.
Can
None of it was important.
Beryl and Amaya just punch through the ceiling to get through that?
You give him even a hint that you want him to do that, and he's already doing it.
I really want to see Amaya and Beryl Laurel fuck up something.
So are you carrying Ralther with
I
you?
put him down.
Okay.
Yeah, Riley and Pumpkin will hang out in a more armor HQ.
Yeah.
The basement.
Curry nods and just like pulls Riley behind the barrels with him. And Riley's just like okay with it, apparently.
Riley, just be gentle with him.
Yeah.
He seems to be asking the doctor to look at him and his injuries, and Curry is just like slapping his hand away, like, not now, and watching you guys.
I'm just gonna go ham on that area above the stairs.
What'd you say, Sally?
I said if they play doctor, I want to hear all about it later.
Okay.
All right. Nemaya and Laurel, you reach the point of the stairs where it's too close to the roof to for you to go much further. What would you like to do?
Go ham and cheese.
First,
on
let's have a look at. I mean, what are we? So the stairs go up, right, to what exactly?
To a roof.
Is it a?
And while you're contemplating that, Laurel, roll an attack, strength check.
Yeah.
Or attack
He's
roll,
not contemplating
whatever you prefer.
Now, when you say roof, you mean like the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The ceiling of this cellar.
It just looks like floorboards above them.
It's dark, but it does look wooden.
I'm gonna go multi-attack. Just tear it up.
It'd be real mad if it's like a pull instead of push kind of.
Okay, do I have to roll to hit it, or do I just attack?
Just do your damage.
Okay.
It's a floor. Sorry, it's a roof. Other side.
This is a double attack, so we'll do this one. Whoop, and then this one.
Alright, so that's 10, and...
Yeah, one second. I'm a slow at doing this.
It's alright, I'm just saying for the stream.
Plus...
Because you can't see your attack.
10 or 12.
I like that the Maya's just like, wait a minute, hold on. Laurel's just like, Boku.
There is a laurel bear-shaped hole in that roof. And, Laurel, you have torn your way up into the kitchen, where several of the chef ghosts react, seeing you.
He's smelling around to see if there's anything good they're hiding.
It smells much the same as it did last time.
Then he
There's
goes back
not.
down. Fetches his friend. Oh wait, when it gets to the bottom, it goes like, look at
gesturing.
and gestures at the.
Welcome in the bridge. Took me 10 seconds. Curry shouts angrily at you and says, well, now you have to leave someone with me because we need 2 people to guard. We have 2 entrances now.
He's not listening. Laurel's gonna look at his pumpkin and then look at Dr. Curry and then the pumpkin and then Dr. Curry and be like, and then pick up Dr. Curry and Rother and then start heading up.
No, wait, no, not here. Stop.
He doesn't care.
You can have the pumpkin.
Yeah.
You need to leave us here. It's our base. You're going to leave our base undefended.
He's just slung over his shoulder. He doesn't really care.
All right, then, Laurel, where are you heading? Back to the kitchen?
Oh, he's just waiting. He's
Oh,
just like,
all right, then
he'll
party.
still stand by the stairs.
You have a bear standing next to the stairs. What would the rest of you like to do?
Dawn
Like doing
will-
that weird
Dawn
dog
will-
smile where their mouth is like open. There's like ha ha ha.
Dawn will follow and say to Curry, don't worry, you're here to defend it, right?
She's taking me!
Sally will just pick up the pumpkin and kind of follow after.
All right.
It's Laurel
Spoils
Kentucky would thank
of
you.
our adventures through this totally almost dungeon.
All right. So which set of stairs are you going up? The one that leads to the kitchen or the one that leads back to the haunted clock area?
I kind of like the kitchen just so that, like, I can maybe...
But I think there was another door out of the kitchen, if I remember.
There
Yeah,
is.
There is. I guess I could just use the pumpkin for modesty. Can I actually...
Just poke
Can I,
arms like holes in
Can
it.
I, like,
Just
can I,
wear
like-
wear the pumpkin.
I was gonna say we're in the kitchen. Can I just super quick take a knife and carve out a pumpkin bikini out of the pumpkin?
Oh my goodness.
It's like like a head and arm and leg holes, and just like a pumpkin.
Like we're not that far from the wardrobe. Just go to
Sally?
the wardrobe.
Yeah.
I'm going to award you inspiration.
I want to be a sexy pumpkin.
You have yourself a pumpkin bikini top.
That would feel weird.
It does. It does
can't
feel
be
weird.
comfortable.
I insist
It
you
cannot
running
be
a pumpkin cap
so-
slightly
Oh.
ajar on
It's
your
gonna
head.
squishy inside.
Sally, there's a caveat. The top of the pumpkin is on your head at a jaunty angle.
Aw. Well, in that case, I'm putting my witch hat on top of Bear Laurel.
All right. Dr. Curry
He
snags
poses
it.
like he likes it.
Dr. Curry takes it. And he's like, "Don't cover your flower crown," and puts it on himself.
Oh.
See, I have to note I've got an inspiration point. That'll be very useful later.
Yes. All right. So there is a door. Now that you're in the kitchen, you find that there is a door to the north and the west. There are also double doors to the south. You know that leads to the ballroom/grand hall.
Mm.
I'll give you an updated map.
Give me that
Man. Do we want to keep our friends with us, or do we want to set them in the party room, like a spooky Chuck E. Cheese?
Spooky Chuck E. Cheese! You hear Curry shout from behind Laurel since he's over Laurel's
You don't even know
shoulder.
what that is, Curry.
It said cheese. I want cheese.
No, you don't want to eat any of that. It's not good.
What?
There's
Cheese.
It was cheese at one point. It's
600 years ago it was cheese. Now it's something completely different.
No, they say you're supposed to age cheese in wine.
yeah. I think the curve kind of
But not for 600 years.
a little too far on that one.
I'll be the judge of that, he says.
Okay.
We'll show him the trays.
Okay, so you're going to the dining hall?
Sure.
All right.
I mean, everybody needs to see our my awesome new.
Pumpkin outfit.
Yeah.
You are greeted once more with a plethora of specters dancing, partying, one at the organ just piping away. Once more, in a way you're becoming increasingly accustomed to, everything stops dead when you open the door, and they all look to you.
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
And then Victorio says, "You're back! Welcome!"
Mhm. I mean,
Hi,
and the party
Victorio.
resumes.
Nice to see you again.
Hello! Welcome! What can I do for you?
Do you mind babysitting?
I have a nanny who could help, yes!
Alright. We do have two people we need you to look after.
Laurel seems
They're underage though,
reluctant
so
to
don't
give
let them
away.
drink any wine.
Yeah.
Victorio goes for a ghost bell and rings it. This sound is eerie and coming to you as though through a well or some distant plane of existence. And,
Oh, damn.
huh?
I just love the idea of a haunted ass bell.
Yeah. Phasing through the wall is a large Grim Reaper looking creature, except there's no skeletal visage. It is like the robe is wrapped around nothing. And he says, there you are! I have a job for you! Some
Laurel
children
is
to look
backing
after!
backing up, all the way out of the room.
Laurel
With
goes
Curry over
back
his
to the
shoulder
kitchen.
and Ralph over the other.
Curry has embraced you with all four limbs. And his tail is wrapped around your bare arm.
Just out completely out of the room.
All right.
Goodbye.
You are back into the kitchen.
So about that other door, let's go that way.
Well, be seeing you then!
Mm. Goodbye.
Curry's like, I had a perfectly good base. There was drink.
Just
Think of it
pets
as think of
on
this
the
as a
back.
mobile command center. You got to be in on the action, Curry, so you can see what's happening. So
I
you can make
don't.
a quick decision.
I have like 3 hit points left.
But you're a doctor. Heal yourself.
Okay, yes, I will, because I'm a good doctor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I need time,
Yeah.
though, and an assistant.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, good thing you
Pumpkin
got
will help you.
She
Uh,
killed
no,
Pumpkin.
Become clothes. Sorry, that kind of thing.
Alright, out that whatever that door is. Let's go. Let's
There
go at
is
it.
west and north in the kitchen that you have not. I should show the stream. The
West and north? So we went east last time, right?
to enter the ballroom from the kitchen, you went south. To enter the haunted clock room, you went east.
Yeah.
Southeast and north is next. North is next.
Oh, hey, look, the map. I should look at that. Hi, map. Yeah.
Show the stream the map too.
That's,
Sally, you cut out. What's that?
I said that. That's a good idea.
Okay. All right. So, north and west are your options.
What do you think, Pumpkin? Gonna...
The pumpkin hangs wetly over your breasts.
I want you to know, as gross as this is, I scooped out most of it, and now it's got a cute little pumpkin face that's tasteful. Not
It's
lewd.
still damp though.
So let me
Yeah, it's a
And
little.
it squelches.
let me get this straight. You carved the pumpkin face, and then you're using it as a top, so your boobs are just like mashed up against its face, which is open.
Yeah, in a tasteful way. all right?
Oh,
It's
okay,
not like-
tasteful.
The nose is like right between the
It's like that cat outfit thing, probably.
Okay,
Exactly.
all right.
Exactly.
I love it.
It's
I'm
got
I'm
one of those like tasteful anime movement.
I'm here for it.
I'm
But
here for it.
anime face.
Yep. All right. So, sorry for that. I just need a little clarification.
It's
I
very
think we know
important.
next
detail.
week's pro one.
So, which way did you say you were going?
North.
North. All right. Let me check on my map. Let me turn it off the stream, or else they will see my secrets that I deem. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Up north, you find a door that doesn't have a handle or knob or keyhole or anything, and when you push on it, it doesn't creak. It bounces back and forth.
Oh.
It's weighted, and it's meant to be opened while hands are full.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What's to
I thought it was like a wobbly Jello door for just a second.
do?
Much like the room you entered before heading down to the cellar, you find a room that is very function over style. This is not a place that the mansion inhabitants or guests are meant
Does it
to
look
enter.
Like servants' quarters.
It doesn't look like servants' quarters. It looks like a pantry. There are shelves, and they are lined with just like dirt of what remains of what was once fine food. Broken jars, whatever you store beef jerky in.
Ours.
Yeah, and they are empty and useless. And I have also in this room all right. As you're looking in here, you feel something almost crunch under your barefoot, Laurel.
What is it?
Her barefoot.
A bear, bear, bear.
Her barefoot.
Yeah.
You find another discarded toy.
Oh, picking it up so fast.
Something no child could love.
Oh, but will I?
Let's
Yes.
find out. I have a table to roll on.
I can almost guarantee it.
Okay. You find a wooden puzzle box, 6 inches on each side, carved with silhouettes of leering clown faces.
Oh, clowns are fun.
The box rattles when shaken.
Oh, he's shaking it.
Yeah, it rattles.
Oh, good. He'll hand it to Dr. Curry for a minute.
Curry
He'll just
throws
hold
it.
this for me. Ah! He puts Curry down and goes and gets it.
Alright.
He'll hold it in his other hand. You walk now.
Curry sits on the floor and he's like, "This is my new base."
again.
Laurel will helpfully hold
The
your
bluff
new
was
toy.
100%.
Oh,
Laurel, you also... Can Laurel read common?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has a hard time, but he can.
All right. Inscribed on the toy, on the bottom of it, but you can only tell it's the bottom because it has this written, is a logo for the toy maker.
What does it say?
The logo appears to be a sort of like a theatrical mask smile, like the negative space makes a smile, and it has a jester hat on.
Oh.
And under it says, "Is no fun, is no Blinsky."
Laurel just kind of scratches his bare head, and he just takes that as like, I guess I can't read this one yet. Reading is hard.
is no fun, is no.
Blinsky.
He's never even heard of that last one.
Yeah, that's a
I am-
weird word.
I don't get it, but
All right.
Sally will make notes. Sally's also going to use her mage hand to grab a wooden spoon to threaten Curry with if he keeps being a little brat. Because he's just like
Alright.
flopped over Laurel's shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Laurel has taken him again.
Good. So, and next time he does that, she's just going to pop him while they're walking. And she's got lots of pumpkin pride in herself now. She feels like a new lady who's in charge and spicy.
All right. Then there's nothing else of value in this room. Sally, go ahead and add a wooden spoon to your inventory.
All right.
This leaves only the door to the west.
Let's
Let's try that west door.
West door, best door.
I had a slight panic for a second because I was like, I have my map revealed.
But it was just inside.
Yeah, it's not showing on the stream right
I
now.
specifically didn't wear my glasses so I could
Oh.
see your map.
Avoid spoilers.
Yeah. Because last time I just subconsciously looked over there and I was like, no.
Pastel and I are right next to each other
Yeah.
for the stream.
But I can't see more than like 6 feet without my glasses.
All right,
So.
so who is approaching the door and trying to open it?
Oh, I will. I will this time.
All right.
The ovary.
Because this room sort of bored me. So I mean, I just kind of watched everybody, and I'm just like, I can't seem to tear my eyes away from the pumpkin that's tastefully on Sally, so it's a little distracting.
It's just so tasteful.
It's just so tasteful, and my eyes keep on trying to see where it's not tasteful. So, anyways, I'm ready to
Obi,
go towards this.
I think you already have an inspiration point, but I want to give you another one.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you can only have one at a time, so
Right. Well, it's just it
You know what?
glows a little.
Roll-
It glows a little extra.
roll a d20 with advantage.
Okay. All right. Oh no! I feel suddenly scared. All right.
Twice the chance for horror.
Yep. All right, I got it. Whoa, 22. Natural 20. Wow.
Laurel, Sally thinks this is positioned in a very good way, but it's not, and you can see everything you're trying to see, so...
Me?
No, Sally.
Oh, you said Laurel.
Oh, did I say Laurel? I
You
meant
did.
Oberon.
You mean Obi.
Obi. I
Yeah.
didn't mean Laurel. So...
Our virtuous bear druid would never found my tasteful outfit.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
thought you were gonna be like-
I got a. You saying I got a
He's
little
higher up.
peeky there?
All right. So next we the door. It was Oberon trying to open it, right?
Yes.
All right, you.
To try and tear myself away from looking at the non-tastefulness that I saw of Sally. So.
Oh, it's very tasteful. It's also very exposed.
I call it downright tasty.
Yeah, it's great. It's great Halloween look. It's probably catch on real quick. But you
Oh, yeah.
grab the handle and give it a turn, and it won't. It just won't go.
Oh. Oh, that's so disappointing. I'm gonna give it a kick.
Alright, you kick the door and it rattles in the frame, but it doesn't budge.
That's a pretty good kick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna snap my fingers for Laurel in bear form to just, I'm like, hey, over here,
Gently
Laurel,
put
over
the
here.
2 boys down.
Sally, you see a
Snap.
keyhole.
Oh, there's a keyhole. There's a keyhole.
Gently putting the 2 boys down and just barreling towards it.
No.
Like,
Laura.
one elbow out. Just like,
I imagine it like a Sonic the Hedgehog roll. Just
I'm thinking like Yogi Bear style, like
Oh,
the feet
yeah.
are moving for a minute.
If you notice, I only ever call for Laurel when I have a door that needs to be opened. This is probably like, counting some of the previous things. I tend to like to use Laurel to open
Yeah.
things
Yeah,
very
I'm
vigorously.
the best at opening them.
so, Sally, let me tell you how I imagine this happens. You guys can tell me how you feel about it. I imagine, Sally, while you, Laurel, were putting your 2 boys down, she stuck the key in quick, turned it, found it worked, and opened it just as you vroom right outside.
I'm fine with that.
All right.
Yes, go forth, our recon bear.
I specifically said I was winding up for a minute, so give it a second.
See that?
Here we go.
But it's one of those cartoon things where they wind up for it, but then the door opens.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Laurel goes.
What have I broken?
Tucked behind the mansion is a fog-shrouded cemetery that you are now in. The door leads outside.
Oh.
The cemetery is enclosed by a 7-foot-tall fence of wrought iron.
Oh.
In the
Of course it is.
northeast corner stands a mausoleum.
Uh-oh.
That is the same one that you saw, and indeed continue to see light flare into being,
Oh boy.
and then fade almost as quickly from time to time.
Laurel shut his eyes when he was going to go towards the door, so he's still running a little bit, and then he just opens them like, I really should have hit that door by now.
So the rest of you look out and see that there is a bear-shaped bend in the wrought iron fence on the other side of the cemetery.
Well, we better go get him.
It's not that far.
He'll come back after
have
he
to
opens
walk.
his eyes. Oh, and just squeeze through the hole.
All right.
And then, just bend the bars back a little, like they break them.
They are profoundly damaged. They
Is
aren't broken.
there any, branches around? So just
yes.
him up against there, just
So Laurel
not
just
show it.
pushes a brittle old tree down in front of it.
Yeah, nobody will see.
Yeah.
It's fine. It just has the
Shifty-eyed bear.
You can see that there is fog creeping amongst the tombstones. Excuse me. There are lavish, what's the word I'm looking for? Lavish decorations for the morbid setting. There's angel statues. There's opulent, tombstones. But
it's the opening to Bayonetta.
Sure.
So let's go have a look at the mausoleum.
Yeah.
All right.
Sally pulls out her note. She's like, if I were a ghost bride, I'd probably live in a ghost house, which is, everyone knows, a mausoleum. Or the house we were just in, but probably the mausoleum.
Where is my notes? Here we go. 12. Okay. Perception checks.
Okay.
All around.
I'll perceive.
Ooh. Natural 1.
My
Oh, no.
perception goes down as a bear.
Obi, you're still staring at
Wait,
Sally's.
Natural 1? I don't see natural.
Oh wait, let me.
I
Oh
thought you
no,
rolled a-
sorry. I saw
Yeah.
the plus 1. So no, I'm fine. I'm a 15. That was close.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, I read it wrong. Oh, thank
Omina
goodness I
Maya,
did.
Would this
15.
perception happen to have anything to do with smelling?
It wouldn't. It is visual.
Crap.
Hey,
Sorry.
Laurel and I both rolled 9.
Yay.
Yay.
9 buddies.
then Nemaya and Oberon, and nobody else. You can see that the fog creeping along the ground takes shape.
I'm still patching the fence.
I wonder if maybe it's that stupid nerd at it again.
You can see ghosts all throughout this cemetery. It is full of them. What you mistook as mist at first, when you get close to any of them, you can see that they are the undead all around you.
Now, when you say ghost, are they like fun ghosts, like in the party room, or are these like
Funny you
Christmas
should mention.
Carol, chicken chains kind of ghosts?
There is a ghost of a band. You can tell because they are well dressed and playing spectral instruments. There are some specters apparently having a tea party in the garden, but instead of a garden, it's a cemetery. You can see warriors with axes and horned helms. And you also see a hooded, ominous-looking, large fellow with a huge double-sided axe. A knight who carries his helmet on under his arm, and there's no head.
Jesus.
There is no head on his shoulders. And then you see a wretched-looking little man with a ball and chain around his ankle.
Aw.
But he, too, is a specter.
Are these specters paying any attention to us?
They seem drawn towards the mausoleum where the light is erupting constantly.
Let's go have a look in there, but without, stepping on any of these ghosts.
Okay.
Sounds like a great idea. I don't want to step on any ghost.
Laurel does not want to cross any ghosts.
You can see that these specters are merely observing, but crawling out of the mist, an eerie blue light suffuses the graveyard. From this light emerges another ghostly procession. Jesus. Wavering images of doughty women toting great swords, woodwise men with slender bows, dwarves with glittering axes, and archaically dressed mages with beards and strange pointed hats. All these and more march forth from the graveyard, their numbers growing by the second, into the mausoleum.
Quick, everybody look ghosty.
Don't like it.
Play along.
Another flash of light erupts, and you can hear like a crack of thunder accompany it this time.
Oh! Can I pull out that Jack in the Box? And
that one is fused with your person, but it's
I
good
can't.
that you mentioned
Okay.
that because it has almost been an hour.
Oh, okay. Laurel's like, he's avoiding crossing the grave. He doesn't like ghosts. He's not a big fan.
They're not natural.
Yeah, they're gross. And
it
scary.
just pulls out of the fur.
So these specters seem to be paying you very little mind at the moment. What would you like to do?
Laurel will cover his eyes and then run across and see where he ends up.
All right, so crunching Dr. Curry and Ralph are to your head as you cover with your... You just start barreling towards
Or
that.
he'll close his eyes
shoot.
anyway.
Hold on, I accidentally pulled out my headphone.
Okay.
There we go, I can hear everyone else now.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys see your bear and two of your injured colleagues running towards where the many, many ghosts of the graveyard are going.
If he could talk, he could tell you
running.
he's being brave.
Curry is screaming at you to stop and go back.
Curry's not very brave, is he? Not like Laurel, who clearly faces his fears.
All right, the rest of you just gawk then.
Follow.
I'll
Not quite
jog.
as running.
I'm gonna jog
Yeah,
after.
I'm gonna barrel.
Not only is he
forward.
running, he's got a huge gait, so it's like really running.
All
I
right.
mean, I really don't think it's a good idea, but I also am not going to leave him either. So yeah.
All right.
There might be less ghosts over there. You won't know unless you look.
I hate running.
Yeah, the closer you are to danger, the farther you are from harm.
Yeah, listen. Right here, there are lots of ghosts. I can see that.
All right. So you, Laurel, are first to just run. The door to the mausoleum is hanging open, and you just go right in.
Maybe, maybe somebody powerful is in there who needs help.
Tarnished, leering gargoyles holding candles cling to the stone-tiled roof of this mausoleum. An 8-foot-tall, 4-foot-wide white marble door set into the southwest wall is engraved with a name that you pass as you just...
What is it?
Maurer.
Oh.
And when you get inside, you see that there are stone tombs with their lids broken and upturned to the side. They line the sides of the floor, the second level, which there is. You can't actually see that from this angle, but you also see a swarm of skeletal knights rising from broken piles of bone, knitting themselves back together and advancing towards a woman with
Yay!
brunette hair and a shield and a great double-sided battle axe that
I was
she just
literally-
keeps swinging.
I'm literally hoping that we're running into somebody powerful slinging spells, and that's what all the light was.
Yes, you can, Oberon, you actually recognize the burst of a divine smite as she brings her axe down on another skeletal warrior, sending its bones cascading across the ground.
Oh, nice. I'm a little bit stunned and in awe. Whoa,
Yes.
What's her
that's
name?
impressive.
Hey, what's your
To see
name?
it wielded that well.
Her name, it is Amelia, one of your lost guild members.
Yay.
Have I shown
Knew
the map?
someone would be in a ghost house.
All right.
It's my other favorite mom.
She looks injured. She looks tired. Her hair is very messy, which is very uncharacteristic.
Oh.
And these specters are not spinning, but flying around her, harrying her as she tries to fend off the tide of undeath.
Would a bear barreling in knock down any big boys?
Sure, make me a... You know what? I like it. You just crunch skeletons. Boom, boom, boom,
And
boom,
then just
boom.
when he finally stops and falls, it just crunch on top of a bunch of people.
And the lower half of Curry and Ralther.
No, it's where you hold your chin up, so you're like, oh, I don't hit my face on the floor, but you do fall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So at that time, she wheels around to face you and is halfway through swinging her battle axe and stops. She sees your floral crown and says, "Laurel, is that you? Oh my god. Oh my
Also,
Rawl."
He'll just hold up oh look, there's two others here.
She says, "I want nothing more than to give you both a big, huge hug, but I'm a little busy at the moment." And she slashes back with her axe, takes the skull off one of the approaching soldiers.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Can we help her
Yeah.
beat the shit out of these skeletons?
I think
I
it's,
assume
It's
you're
time to fight
following.
some skeletons.
I think it's about time that yes, you guys followed the wake of destruction left by Laurel. I think we should probably roll some initiative.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Skeleton warrior.
Oh, whoops. That's add 2 to that because I accidentally hit minus instead of plus. So it's 20.
It would be 22 actually.
Oh, 22 then.
'cause you-
Haha. I'm forced. I mean,
I am compiling this now. That's what all those clackety clacks are.
clickety
All
clack,
part of
clickety
it.
clack.
Dawn, you rolled a 20. That's so good. I mean,
I
I mean, it's
am
not 22.
motivated to have Amelia so that I can tell her that she needed my help.
Amelia and Dawn have a friendly rivalry chat.
Yeah. She's like my younger sister.
She would say she is the older sister.
Well, I'm a week older than you, so therefore, older.
I love mom rivals.
But she would be your bigger sister.
It's true, Amelia is bigger. She thinks that counts more.
Yeah.
That's debatable. Older is better.
A debate you all have frequently. Or you both, rather, have frequently. Alright.
But I think I got everybody.
Oh,
Mom
good.
trusts me with more responsibilities.
Say the so indeed.
I don't see Namaya.
Oh, oops, sorry. I was like, I knew something was wrong on it, but I was like, can't. No.
You'll be fine.
Alright, I'm going to stop using this dice, but the enemies will be going last. Alright, so Laurel, you are there.
It's me.
You have two friendlies taking up both your arms.
I'll set him down.
Alright. Curry pulls out his wand. Ralther pulls out the dagger that he had.
They can go stand in the corner.
I'm actually gonna unbear
Alright.
and hit them both with some good berry.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm a little worried about them.
Alright, so you turn back into a Laurel. Offer the good berries, and
Yeah, I make 10 and give them each 5.
Ralther is reaching for them, and Curry is just
No.
like grabbing as many as he can and
No.
stuffing them in his mouth.
He
He's-
divides it 1 into each hand. 5 in each hand, and
He's
puts one on
reaching
his
for that other
no,
hand.
No. Am I taller than Curry?
You are very similar size.
No, he'll facepalm him. No.
Yeah. He's just reaching and
And
reaching.
give him to Ralther and say, don't
Ralther-
let him bully you into them.
Ralther takes one. He says, "That's
All.
okay. I only
All.
need one."
All.
All right, and
Thank
he
you.
takes all 5, and pointedly does not look at Curry as he guiltily eats them. Pointedly is maybe not the right word, but
He doesn't, unfacepalm Curry until Ralther's eaten them.
he licks your palm. Blech.
Laurel looks him in the eyes to establish dominance and also licks his palm.
That didn't go how I thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
All right, Dawn, it is your turn. Curry
Okay.
and Ralther each heal 5 hit points. Thank you.
Yay, no problem.
How badly does Amelia look hurt?
She looks like she's been at this since you were at the front of the mansion,
Oh boy.
and she's a big old bag of hit points normally, but she's clearly been wounded, bloodied, you would say in game terms.
Oh no!
Okay.
I need to make some more berries.
You hear a loud clacking sound as of a gavel being hit.
What's that?
Okay. Well, who is there? One of them is closest to her, right?
There are 3 skeletons nearby, and there are.
Move up.
Yep.
I'm gonna move up right next to her
All right.
so that I can also offer myself as a potential target,
Good.
and I'm going to use an Eldritch Blast.
All right. You can target her, the skeletons or the ghosts that are flying around and harrying you guys.
I'm going to target the ghost that's harrying.
All right. Roll it.
$14.
14. Let me check. I'm not showing on the map. I might get so I can move away from that. Come on. Here we go.
No, show the map.
No, I have to look up the monsters. 14's good enough. Roll on attack.
Yeah! That's what I like to hear.
Yes.
Rolling damage.
That's funny.
Alright, so 9 points of damage. The beam hits the specter and then arcs all over its form as of lightning, because it is a incorporeal sort of thing, but you're hitting it with magic. And you hear that loud clacking sound again.
Magic must defeat magic.
Namaya, it's your turn.
Yeah, she's gonna just go up and spear the nearest skeleton.
Roll an attack roll.
Anyway, that's not bad. 22.
Not bad.
Nice.
Oh, 17.
Alright,
Barely hits.
give us a damage, please.
Fuck that skeleton up.
Oh, yeah, 4.
4. So you poke your spear into an empty, hollow eye socket and just it's the top half of its skull right off, but that doesn't seem to deter it. It's still in this to win it.
Get it off! Get it off!
All right. Is there any...
Hang on. So she's got this spear with a skull. Can she flick the skull at one of the other skeletons?
Absolutely.
Oh my god, say
I'm all
something cool
for
when
it.
you do it too.
Yeah, I have no idea what to roll for that, but
Dex, just straight Dex.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, 4. Okay, I guess that misses.
So Namaya cuts the head off one skeletal soldier and attempts to fling it at another, saying something along the lines of, "I've got a bone to pick with you!" And the skull just boom, 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 harmlessly on the ground.
It would have been really cool.
It would have.
It would have.
Laurel tells her. That would have been really
Don-
cool.
Don
That's not helping.
Except Laurel still growls because he forgets he's Laurel again. All right, so after Namaya, we have Sally.
It's me.
It's you.
So, you mentioned there was like a gaveling noise.
I did, and you still
And we-
hear it.
Can I do like a look around the room, see if there's anything like any kind of like glowing obelisk or something like that that might be summoning this horde of
You may.
skeletons?
I'm
And
not
there's-
even going to make you roll a perception check because it's very obvious that on the second level there is the spirit of a judge banging a gavel on the railing, and he is shouting, "Order! Order in the court!
I like him.
Yes. Restrain the malcontent!" He's pointing his gavel at
no,
Amelia.
It's evil Judge Kermit goes.
Stop calling names. It's weird.
Could I use my mage hand to take his gavel?
You can try to.
I assume his gavel is less than 10 pounds.
The gavel's less than 10 pounds. His grip is another story.
I hope he's
I
weak.
keep trying. I'm definitely going to try, because if I get rid of the gavel, then all the ghosts will stop flying around. Then I'll be the judge. So what kind of roll would that be?
It only exerts 10 pounds of force, so you don't really get a roll. Basically, your hand tries to take it, and he puts both on the handle and wrestles it away. And he says, "That's mine!"
Oh, fun. Can I shoot a bolt at him instead?
You know what? Sure. It's technically 2 actions, but go ahead.
It's just a firebolt.
And he points the gavel and he says, "This is mine! Attempt to take it again, and I'll hold you in contempt as well!"
Contempt this. And then she's gonna shoot a firebolt.
Alright, roll it.
With a 16.
16. That is sufficient. So you
Ah.
blast fire onto this ghostly blue form, and his powdered wig catches fire. The fire turns blue instead of red, though. And he starts banging the gavel on his wig to put it out.
Dunk, 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 dunk.
Yay! I'm so happy.
This is a terrible court proceeding!
There's raucous laughter coming from that boy.
And Curry.
And Rother.
Rother has tastefully covered his mouth to try and hide his giggling.
There's no.
It's 4 points of fire damage.
All right. Okay, 4 points of damage. It is now Oberon's turn.
Oh, yeah.
You should Indiana Jones it.
Oh, with the rope. I'm gonna make an attempt to just use my let's see, I was gonna use my sword, my two-handed long sword.
All right.
I guess. And I'm going to be channeling my divinity, which will give me a +3 attack. But let's see if I can just even succeed right now.
Okay, who are you attacking?
Oh, the
judge is on the
yeah.
second floor.
Oh,
Yeah, there. Imagine that the second floor is more like a balcony that lines the walls. So he's looking down from the balcony of that second floor into the battle that you guys are having with the skeletons and ghosts that are all around you.
Oh yeah. Would you say that he's in range of at least 30 feet?
Yes, I would say that.
Then I will switch to my javelin instead.
All right.
Because that's going to be my best bet. Because it's obviously he's the one in charge here. So we need to take him out. So I can still use my channel divinity, which will be 3. But let's see what that happens. So yes, I take aim with my trusty javelin.
All right. A ethereal pink bow is tied to your javelin as you cast your channel divinity on it.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Okay.
I'm glad you guys are cool with these things. Just let me know if you're not.
Oh no, this is perfect. No, my roll is
All right.
It's a very manly bow. It's to signify that their fate is sealed.
Yeah,
tied
but
up.
So,
I had a little bit of a hiccup there because I rolled a 4.
all right.
Aw.
The judge
Yeah.
ducks as the javelin comes by, and it spears his wig right off his head and just thunk right into the...
More raucous laughter. And pointing. Laurel and Crow are like besties right now because they're both blushing.
Yeah, Curry has absolutely no reservations laughing his ass off at this guy.
Okay, now since my javelin, I assume it's stuck on the wall up there now.
Yes.
Yeah. So for my second move, I want to actually try and get up there.
All right. There are stairs, but they are on the same side as the door, and he is located on the opposite side, so you'll have to go upstairs and then around the mausoleum. You won't be able to get there this turn.
Okay, yeah, I'll be making my way then. That's because I can't leave my javelin up there.
Okay. What is your
So,
armor
yeah.
class?
My armor class is 18.
Okay. You can feel skeletal claws grasping at you as you attempt to move away. And they tear at you, but they don't manage to get hold. So you're able to force your way through the various undead grasps.
Is it pulling up my dress skirt a little bit?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's just to your advantage because that's what simple it is.
It felt like
Exactly.
that. Felt that way.
That's what I was
without
thinking.
saying.
I could flash a couple of them on my way. So there you go.
All right.
Literally flash them.
It is the villain's turn, and the judge will bang his gavel as hard as ever. Enough! This is hardly appropriate procedure for my court! Does anyone want to respond?
It's not a courtroom.
Laurel will use a word he learned just recently.
Yeah.
He's been aching to use it.
Yes.
So it's like, fuck your court! And point at him.
Oh,
Young man.
The ghosts and the skeletons all stop and gasp.
He looks very pleased with himself. Like, nobody could ever have been more proud.
You see, this is the exact kind of attitude that's making us so angry! First you steal our bodies from the graveyard, and then you come in here swinging your holy axes?
I didn't steal nothing.
No one's stolen any bodies. Come on.
The bodies are gone, and you're here! It has to be you!
Maybe it was you. You're here.
It's my body! I can't steal it, it's already
Who better
mine!
steal your body
Or
than
it
you?
could have been the doppelganger.
Yeah, the doppelganger.
The doppelganger has been paying his rent on time for months!
What's the doppelganger do?
Let me tell you something about fucking
I
off.
don't like to.
When were your bodies stolen?
Why? Scribe, when were the bodies stolen? The scribe says that it has been happening routinely for a matter of days, not months.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Oh my dang.
Well, it
Oh
can't
my
be us
goodness.
because we just got here.
We are the only ones who have gotten here!
We got
Yeah,
here
we just got
today.
here today, though. It's not us.
John looks very nervous.
Well, she has been swinging that axe around this whole time!
Well, you've been attacking her.
We have been...
Yeah, rude. You're rude. He points.
She
You're
is to be held in contempt of court!
You're held in being a jerk. Yeah.
We're out of we are out of initiative for the moment if anybody wants to do anything. Hostilities seem to be suspended while this dialogue is happening.
Can Sally just ask, like, who sent the skeletons to attack who first?
Well, I don't think that's relevant.
I think you're
it's
an
very
elephant.
relevant.
I'm not an elephant.
Wait, hang on.
I'm a healthy
So
293 or 39 pounds.
We saw some bodies in the other graveyard with some creepy guy leading them around. I think that guy took them.
Oh my gosh, you are so right! The scary scarecrow man took the bodies! Did you see any scary scarecrow men?
Well, no,
Maybe with
frankly.
With like a green glow, maybe?
The green glow we have seen. You admit it then. It was you with your green glow.
You see us
Is it
glowing
your
green
green?
right now?
I don't know. It's hard to see. You're all in the prime material plane. I'm only half there.
It would be easier for you to see us if we were glowing, wouldn't it?
She's right.
That's
She's
right.
right.
You were green. Didn't you know that green
The
is
court-
a visible color?
The court acknowledges this defense.
Yeah.
Well, then who's taking the bodies from the graveyard? I know we don't use them, but they're still ours.
I don't know,
Okay,
maybe
okay,
you should
okay.
go look.
If we find can we cease the hostilities, and if we will find your bodies, return them to normal, find out who's taking them, and then you can bring them to justice.
Ghost justice.
Shh. It's delicate right now.
But it will be ghost justice.
Shh.
Sorry. The judge says, the court will consider these terms on one condition.
What is your
What?
condition?
That one there, and he points accusingly at Amelia.
No.
The court demands that she apologize, and he bangs his gavel.
Oh, that's fine. Amelia, apologize.
But I don't. That's not fair.
Apologize.
She's right. It's not.
You can't tell me what to do. I'm your big sister, you know.
I'm your older sister.
How tall is this?
I'll
Amelia?
tell Charlotte that you refuse to apologize.
Can I mock her with my wooden spoon?
You can try.
Yeah, I want to use my mage hand wooden spoon and be like,
Don't
you should
make-
apologize.
Ow! Who did that?
Sally did.
Ghost, now apologize.
I'm sorry that y'all came attacking me, and I defended myself with the light of Raw's love.
Can I hit her again?
You
apology.
can.
I want to do it again, and I
All
want her
right.
to be like, I'm gonna say like, apologize like you mean it. Don't apologize.
She she wheels around on the healer on her, you know. She turns to you and says, I know that's you. You're in big trouble, Missy.
It wasn't me. It was Oberon.
What? Don't you blame this?
I rolled a 15 on
Don't
my
lie, Sam.
on my insight check. I know it was you. The judge says, "Very well. The court accepts this heartfelt apology. It shall be written into the
Annals of
Oh.
history.
blast. What do you call it? The court records. It's been a while since I was alive.
Can tell.
And now, hostilities will be suspended until such time as you find our lost and rather stolen bodies."
Okay.
Oh, an idea occurs to Sally. Hey, if we find the person who stole them, will you help us beat him up?
Well, if you bring them here, yes, but we're sort of stuck here.
That's a good point. She's wondering how many bricks it would take to carry with her before it would count as like moving the mausoleum, and she decides that it's probably not worth pursuing. And she's like, "We'll get back to you about the body. Don't you even worry."
All right. The judge says, "Very well then. You find this green glowy scarecrow and bring us back our bodies, or else."
Yes, sir. Thank you for understanding.
Sorry for setting your hair on fire. That was really
Funny?
It was funny.
How'd you even manage it? It's a ghost part.
I'm very good at sorcery.
Everything is possible if you believe.
Oh, darn it, you're
So-
right.
So Namaya's gonna find the head and put it back on the skeleton.
The skeleton doesn't have any facial muscles, but you can tell it's giving you a look.
God damn it, that's so.
Got his hands on his hips.
Yes. Very well. Court is adjourned. And he
Okay,
bangs
bye.
his gavel. Everyone return to your normal nightly activities.
Donna's going to give Amelia just a big old smirk.
Laurel will start pulling out his like blanket from his pack.
Amelia is storming towards you, Sally.
I don't know why.
She grabs you by your ear and begins to scold you as she smacks your backside.
Freaking rude. Can I, I guess I can't fend her off with my own little.
You have almost no hope of fending off Amelia. She is very strong. All right.
Well, at least I still look tasteful.
All right.
And now I'll
This
be
is
a
true.
glowing. Now I'll be a jack-o'-lantern because I'll be glowing.
Oh, baby.
Oh, yeah. Very nice.
So really, she's just helping.
Very charitable.
All right.
So Laurel will attempt to pick up Rother and Curry again onto his shoulders.
You know what? Make a strength check
I'm doing it!
with your -1 modifier.
You don't have to know what my modifier is.
The sounds of music begin to permeate the graveyard outside the mausoleum.
Listen, that's a 19.
That's a nat
He still
20.
believes he's as strong as a bear, so he's just like, yeah.
All right, you put Curry and Laurel, or excuse me, Ralther. I always mix those two up. They're both such innocent babs. You put Curry and Ralther on one on each hip, and you are encumbered. Your speed is halved, and should it become relevant, you have disadvantage on attack rolls,
Alright.
as long as you are
He's gonna
holding
keep-
both of
He's
them.
gonna stroll right out of there acting like nothing is wrong.
Alright.
I have an idea. Don,
Yeah.
Yep.
Don will go over and like help hold in a way that will help Laurel carry them.
Grab
but,
the
like,
back of each of their
not-
pants.
not make it seem like she is, make it seem like Laurel is.
Ralther doesn't have any pants.
Grab the back of each of their undies and hold them up in the back.
Well, that gives them a wedgie, but
Yeah,
it doesn't
that's
really help.
It holds them
Just
up. It
hold
holds up
it.
their weight.
She's gonna hold on to each of their butts and just help lift them
All
up.
right.
Yeah.
That well, Laurel, you're suddenly feeling like you're not encumbered anymore.
I'm so strong.
Yeah. You still have disadvantage of attack rolls, but only because both your hands are occupied.
Yeah.
Sally will cheer them on and say, "Good job, out."
He is
So
strutting out of that
out.
mausoleum.
When you come out of the mausoleum, you can see the graveyard is partying just like the people in the hall.
Laurel, let's go, both of them, and covers his eyes because he doesn't like ghosts.
Oof, says Curry. You feel a very mean-spirited pinch on your butt.
Ow! A ghost! Ghost attack!
The rest of you saw Curry do this, and he's like, yeah, it was a ghost.
It's alright, Laurel. Just pretend that those ghosts are, or pretend that the skeletons are naked, and you won't be embarrassed anymore.
They are naked.
See? I'm not embarrassed.
I would like perception checks again, all around.
All right.
Except the moon, no, baby.
18. Finally, the rolls are coming up. Darn.
Why?
No.
Why is that minus there? Is something stuck on my minus button?
I don't know.
You still rolled a 1, though, so.
Excuse me.
So,
14.
5.
We can come up with a 19.
Oh, so 6, actually.
18.
All right.
Hey.
Laurel,
Oh, it's stuck. Okay.
while your eyes are covered,
I was gonna say, I should have rolled with disadvantage because my eyes are covered anyway.
but you rolled a 1, so... but you are being assailed by ghosts. They're like poking you in the butt and pinching you and stuff. The rest of you see that Curry is doing this with his pointed
Laurel
black
is-
tail.
Run it! He'll take Rother's hand and run. He's gonna protect his friend.
Sally, you see that there are pumpkins on growing vines, pumpkins sprouting from them, crawling around the graveyard. Not crawling, but having grown there. And you're thinking, great, I got a bottom to my bikini now.
You're goddamn right I am.
So you go and do that.
Laurel has
he's
an
gonna
arm
wear it
flung
now?
over his eyes, and he has
now I
not
can
on
have
the other
a
hand.
now I can have a pumpkin bottom.
You're getting the bottom half to be a pumpkin. That's
Dawn-
how you gonna walk.
No, I'm gonna be. It's a stylish. You know what? I'll carve it into like a pumpkin skirt.
There you go.
Dawn, Nemaya, and Oberon, you see that there is a figure holding a candelabra with ghostly blue flame standing
Oh my goodness.
right next to the party as if they were waiting for you to burst out of the mausoleum.
I run into
Good thing
that.
I'm not wearing.
Crystal. Is a crystal.
The form of Captain Crystal Trouble Danger, still wearing the unfitting, very moth-eaten, threadbare clothing, says,
I don't see your
"Ah,
ship.
there you are."
Run into them.
They were to the side.
Dang
You went
it.
straight. Sorry.
We've been really funny.
Laurel U-turns and starts running back towards this person as they say, and there's a little thing I forgot to mention. And then Laurel plows into him and knocks him onto the ground.
Yeah.
And he hits his head on a rock.
I imagine Rother tells him to go that way, and so he does. Boom!
What would you guys like to do? Your ghost host has been knocked down.
Well, I'm fiddle-faddling with making myself a very stylish and tasteful pumpkin skirt.
All right.
Oh, we'll finally look.
Laurel, you see that you have knocked Crystal over.
Oh, I beat the ghost.
What? What ghost? Ow.
Is it actually Crystal?
Yeah, it's actually Crystal.
Oh, well, some guy was talking for you the whole time all night.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Where are we?
You were being a fancy boy.
I mean, I'm always a fancy boy.
Fancier.
Fancy? That's pretty hard. And then you guys can tell Crystal seems to be in his right mind again.
Yay!
Yay!
Immediately
See,
going
flailing
over,
around.
smushing up his cheeks and just fawning and like running hand through his hair. Are you okay?
I think we should go out to dinner first.
Running around like a chicken with your head cut off always pays off.
That is the lesson of my game.
Yeah.
If you can make it funny, I'll make it happen. All right. With the ghost host's last words unexplained, you have found 4 out of 5 of your lost companions.
Yeah.
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 I know the other one is in the attic, or at least
You do.
we heard that.
In
We haven't
fact,
found any way upstairs. I don't believe.
you look. Well, excuse me. First, you voice that opinion, yes?
Yeah, sure.
All right. You hear someone say, "You have to approach it from the right way."
No.
Oh! You turn and you see that there are 5 busts. 3 of them have been knocked over and are broken. But there's 2 remaining of old men.
I'm giving Ashley such a look. Because they know what you're doing.
You can't just go up the stairs when you enter from the front! You gotta go around!
How do you go around?
You gotta go in through this way! And he doesn't have a hand, so you don't know what this way is.
He motions with his nose.
He points to the other side of the graveyard. Which you guys with your 19s can see there is another door that leads into the house, not the one you exited through.
Leave this crazy ghost place! How about that?
Hey, before we do that, can I use men to fix their bust buddies?
I wouldn't do it if I were you! They're real talkative!
I mean, but I don't want them to be dead.
Suit yourself! Sally, when you approach, you see that these busts are not, in fact, busts. They are gargoyles perched in such a way to make it look like they are busts.
Oh. Well, hi, I guess. You're not going to attack us, are you?
They will.
They say, no, of course not! I don't have anything clever to say! Oh!
Well, in that case, she'll just boop each of them on the nose to mend them. Since
all right.
You didn't mend your outfit?
You know what? I only realized I had mend a little bit ago. I forgot I had it. Also, I don't know what you're worried about. I'm tastefully pumpkin down now. So.
You are just wearing the hell out of that pumpkin.
This implies that there is a degree of consent to what's happened.
Oh, okay.
Because she had the means to fix it, and she just didn't want
Are
it.
you sure?
The other busts yawn as they are fixed, and all 5 of them immediately begin bickering.
Oh, no.
Let's see.
Oh, dear.
Oberon, and who else rolled a 19? It was no one. So, Oberon,
I rolled an 18.
you look over your shoulder out of instinct, back up at the house. You see that there is a window in one of the uppermost floors, and you are being watched by a figure standing in that window. 2 figures. One of which, clad in white, a white dress. You can even tell at this distance, has blonde hair and a dazed look in his eyes. It is your friend, I hope, Damien, Maximilian, Amadeus Fairbottom. Standing just behind him is a skeletal creature in a veil with a blood red light right in her chest. A bony hand reaches up and draws a curtain across the window, blocking it from sight. And that is where we'll stop for tonight.
Like, I reach a hand out. No! Behind you!
All right. I was going to ask how you guys felt about the game, but we'll save that for table tea, which we will get to right after we have a little bathroom break stream.
All right.
Potty break!
However,
Potty break time.
shall we end this in our traditional manner of telling who we are, where you can find our work, and all that good stuff?
Yeah, chill that stuff.
Let's start with Namaya, as usual.
Sure. So Namaya, I'm a T. Rugen. I made some video games. You can find them on the AOTK video game forum. Breath of the Wild. There's a couple of those. First one is finished. The second one might be finished at some point eventually. Yeah, that's about it.
All right.
Fun games. You should play them. I like them a lot.
All right, Obi.
Alright, I'm Arkman Sandy, and I go by Arkman Sandy on DeviantArt. You can find me on Anime OTK, and I am currently taking at the moment at the time of this recording. So you can just send me a note there, and I'll take care of you.
All
I might
right.
have to do just that.
Yeah.
Nice. Laurel.
I'm Pastel. Pastel only on Anime OTK. Pastel-Hime on DeviantArt, and I'm not open for commissions right now, so don't ask me. But I do have a Patreon where you can get rewards there, so that's cool.
Excellent. Sally.
Oh, it's me, Sally. Hi there, everybody. I am on Anime OTK as well under the username Penmask. But my creative outlet is writing spanking erotica. I've got a few different stories. I got one that stars Sally, but my number one best seller one is Back to Her Teens. It was number 2 on LGBT erotica earlier this week, so no biggie. So if you want to read some of that hot, sassy spanking action, go check that out on Amazon. It's called, again, Back to Her Teens. Yeah, check it out. I'm working on a sequel, so read it. Read the first one.
All right.
Have read. Hard recommend.
Dawn.
I'm Nikki, administrator of Anime OTK, but you can also find me on DeviantArt at Roses of Blue.
And what do you do?
I write very bad end stories.
Oh,
Nice. And last but not least, at least I hope not, is me, your Dungeon Master, Ashley OTK. I am Ashley OTK everywhere, except Twitter. There I'm actual Ashley OTK. And you can do art. I do comics, specifically the webcomic that this D&D campaign takes place in, called Guilty Treasure. Google either Ashley OTK or Guilty Treasure. It's sure to come up. Yes, and we have a Patreon. If you want to help us not have terrible equipment, then please consider donating to it. I'll get you a link.
What
Right
I was
there.
going to say is that patreon.com/guiltytreasuregaming.
Yes.
in fact, it is.
It is. And unlike our YouTube channel, which needs 10 more subscribers before I'm allowed to change it, it is patreon.com/guiltytreasuregaming.
Yeah, we also do have a YouTube channel, y'all. And if you're not subscribed already, go subscribe. It's where we post the VOD.
Yeah,
I mean, they're on
baby.
Twitch
Yes.
too, but this is where they'll stay once they're freaking gone off Twitch because they fade off after a while.
And the quality is a little bit better on YouTube.
Yes, because
Yeah.
our dear Sally takes an editorial pass at it.
Yeah, I totally
Fixes
know what
our
I'm doing
audio.
with audio editing and not at all just kind of half-assing it.
It's better than
But yeah.
nothing.
I posted a link to our YouTube channel also in the chat.
Thank you.
So if you miss an episode or you just want to support us, go sub there.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, y'all.
Yes, like, comment, and subsneerb. And for now, we're going to AFK briefly to use the facilities. And then we'll be back to just kind of hang out and talk and interact more directly with the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stick around.
All right.
Get some questions ready.
Yes, some questions, please.
Get ready, gamers.
Catch you cats on the flip flop.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.